Hey folks, my name is David Faltzgraff, and I'm the founder and lead sound designer here at SundaySounds.com. We're really excited to be able to provide you with high-quality, song-specific main stage patches for today's most popular modern worship songs. Using our main stage patches, you can nail these songs live, even if you're not using backing tracks and you're the only keyboard player. The great thing about all our main stage patches is that you don't need any expensive third-party plugins or software. You just need MainStage 3 running on any modern Mac computer, and you can use these patches live. We've designed this patch at the original tempo and in the original key of the song, but there's a video tutorial on the product page that you can check out after you've purchased the patch if you need to do the song in a different key or at a different tempo than the original. To make things even easier for you, we've pre-mapped this patch to our Sunday Keys main stage template. So if you have Sunday Keys, you can just drag and drop this patch right into your concert, and it will be pre-mapped to the extra section. There's no setup work or mapping required. Just drag it in, and you're ready to play. Now I'm going to hand this over to Ryan, who's going to walk you through the various sections of the patch to teach you how to use it to nail this song live. Let's take a look.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from Sunday Sounds. In this part of the video, I want to go ahead and take a look at our patch for Joy to the World by Hillsong Worship. We're going to play this patch in the original key, and we're going to use the mod wheel quite a bit to bring in and out different instruments as we move through different parts of the song. So really quick, I just want to make a quick note that if you don't have a mod wheel, well that's okay. We've got a video tutorial over on our website, and that's going to show you how you can use a fader or a knob as a mod wheel so you can still retain full functionality of this patch. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to kind of go through the song. I want you to note where the mod wheel is for different sections. And I'm not going to go too in depth on the different chords that we're using. I assume that you have a chord chart or a song map handy. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. The intro, we're just going to play an F in this area of the keyboard, and that's just going to play a pad. We're going to hold that F a little bit, and then when it's time to come in, we've got a little chord progression. It repeats. I'm going to go ahead and play that for you real quick, and then we'll go back and break it down. Sounds like this. Okay, and we just repeat from there. Now, I hope you notice that I've got my mod wheel to start off. We're starting with the mod wheel all the way down, and that's just going to give us basically a piano in the left hand. It's going to give us those two layered pads. And then up in the right hand, we've got kind of this bell lead. We put the progression up at the top of the screen there, but I'm just going to show you really quick, slow in the right hand, how that part goes. So it goes just like this. And we just repeat that. We're going to repeat that a few times until it's time to bring in the verse. Now, for the first verse, we're going to start it with the mod wheel all the way at the bottom. And then as we kind of move through the verse, it's up to you, but you can kind of open the mod wheel up slowly. It's going to kind of open the filters of the pads and bring in this sidechain type of sound. So I'm going to go ahead and just play through the verse real quick, and then we'll go back and break it down. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if you notice at the end of the verse, I started to fade the mod wheel up. It's a good time to do that when we're going back and forth between the B flat and the F. Now, you could have potentially started to fade it up earlier, but that's really up to you and how you kind of build the song as you go. I like to just build it up on that B flat F though. Makes it pretty easy because the left hand's not doing much. Now we've got a little kind of repetitive pattern here in the right hand, and then we're just playing the top note of the octave in the left hand, and that's just going to kind of have a piano and then some pads behind it. And so the right hand part here is just a repeating pattern, and we're going to play that same pattern for each chord, except when we go to the A chord, then the pattern changes a little bit. So I'm just going to show you the pattern that's for most of the chords real quick. It goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to play that over all those chords. When we get to the A, we change it a little bit, and it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we move into the B flat, and it goes like this. So real quick, I'm just going to walk you through those last 3 chords. It's going to be that B flat, A, B flat. Now it would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, and when we're doing that, once again, we bring that mod wheel about halfway so that we're ready to go into our first chorus. Now, before we check that out, I just want to make a quick note that that verse line really isn't too prominent in the song, so you can leave it out if you want to. It's up to you. Now, for the first chorus, it's actually a shorter chorus than the other ones, and the progression is just F, B flat. I like to just play the left hand and do octaves here. And so that's going to sound like this. And that's really all there is to it. From there we go back and do another verse. We can go right back in with that same line. It's the same progression. We were going to keep the mod wheel about mid position though. And so for the second verse, if you want it quieter, then just use the top range here in the left hand. If you want a louder verse, you can go ahead and play an octave or just the lower left of the octave. And the lower side is going to bring in that side chain type of sound there. Okay, and so from that second verse, we're going to go ahead and go into our second chorus. This chorus is longer than the first chorus, and we're going to come in with a lead sound on the right hand. You can go ahead and kick the mod wheel up to full range. It's going to bring in the sub bass and just open up the filters a lot more, especially on this lead part here in the right hand. I'm going to go ahead and just play through that chorus, and then we'll go back and break it down. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so as you can see, we're keeping it pretty simple in the left hand. We're just going to do octaves on the root notes of the chords, and we've actually got some chord triggers built in, and that's really going to just help to bring in other notes that we're not actually playing and really fill out the sound. And then in the right hand, we've got this lead part that comes in. It's really kind of 4 phrases, and those repeat one time throughout. So we'll play the 4 phrases, repeat them once, and we're out of the chorus. Now, one thing to note is that we start the left hand and the right hand, they both start on beat 1. So I'm going to go ahead and break down that right hand lead part a little slowly, and then we'll head on to the verse. And here we go. And then you just repeat that those 4 kind of lines one more time, and then we're out of the chorus. Okay, and so for verse 3, we really only play the first chord, and that's just in the left hand, and then the whole band kind of drops out. We're going to hold the F just to sustain the pads that go along, And so depending on how fast you are or how you want it to sound, you can either do the octave here and kind of reach over and bring down your mod wheel so that it cuts out that side chain. Or you can just play up top in the F, but you do that right after coming out of the chorus. We hold that F so it holds out the pad, and then we come back in when they sing Glories, and that's right on the D chord. I like to just keep the right hand out for this rest of the verse. So we move through the D, B flat, A, and B flat. It's the same chord progression as the other two verses. And then we build back into the chorus. This time we're just going to repeat this chorus. We're actually going to go 3 times with the whole band in. Same exact way we just played it, with the lead and the octaves in the left hand. And the 4th time we play the chorus, and depending on how you arrange it, it's really just the lead part in the right hand, and then you can maybe keep in the left on the upper octave. But it really kind of depends on if you have other instruments, like the guitar is kind of padding to fill out the sound. So that's really up to you. And yeah, that's really all we've got for this song. It's not too complicated, but there's lots of really sweet sounds in there. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial and that you add this song to your patch library. We'll see you next time.